some say mushrooms were involved.
Mushrooms?
Mushrooms.
I remember the big thing that happened, who's at the bottom of my screen right now, barely showing.
That is a big thing that happened, yes.
But I can't remember what else happened before that in the session, though.
I'll stop
completely
talking, man.
overshadowed.
You're embarrassing all of us.
You nominated me.
Still better than the intro.
It's true, it's true.
We should have
Was
shown
the
pictures
intro
of
really
it.
that bad? Uh-oh.
It was pretty bad, but you know, it was
done it for
honest. It was honest.
Not the one you did. You said, and these are the players. And then it began to.
Then it began
Tank,
to be.
jeez.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, Tears of Tiamat World War II edition. Thanks, Marcus.
It's Shadowrun all over again, but we played dragons. Recap. Last time, I'm gonna do it if you don't do it. This is embarrassing.
I literally can't remember what we did at the start.
Last time on Tears of Tiamat, you're a disgrace. We had a dream. We woke up in a psychedelic dream space where we saw many weird things. We saw like a bad version of ourselves, like our potential squandered, or like the worst fate we could imagine thing displaying in front of us, which affected us differently. Till Raxos went berserk and killed off his copy just barely. Ervolix did the same, and then Einavox didn't really care, which was kind of weird. But and Rakaix tried to talk to his shadow with no effect. And after standing around for a bit, thinking there might be another way around, we decided that there probably wasn't, and we attacked the two last copies and killed them off. And then we walked north and saw what we assumed to be the Tears of Tiamat, the orbs of dragonkind, arrayed around us, like in a ghostly room, also in this dreamscape. The black orb of dragonkind shattered, and dark tendrils from it, like clinging onto the nearby red stone of dragonkind, which was pulsating with an extreme heat that really hurt. And we concluded that basically if this continues much longer, it might shatter or explode, and which would be probably incredibly terrible for all of us. So having seen these dread portents, we escaped out back into the waking world, decided to go and see Lady Ashwood to warn her what's going on. She was unfazed, basically shrugged and said, whatever. Although she found the vision peculiar, she said. And after that we sort of sat down and tried to think how to take out the wizard. We didn't come up with anything really good, so we decided to go and take a look at the abandoned village that was nearby. Snooped around, found a really goofy, dopey-looking copper dragon or brass dragon that was hiding in the cathedral, and we kind of started talking to him, and he seemed like a really nice guy actually. But then suddenly, out of nowhere, like a mist, just appeared a red dragon behind us, a colossal, monstrous, mega red dragon, and we basically shit our pants collectively. And he said that he was going to kill us, but then changed his mind and told us to go down here and hunt down some humans that are hiding in the catacombs underneath the Pharasma Cathedral. And having no real way of saying no, we basically went down there. And that's where we stopped.
That is indeed exactly where we stopped. It's technically session 8, but I'm in a mind to call these sessions like 7.5, considering what happened that one session. Anyways, you are certainly able to head down now. I will put you in the appropriate spot.
You kept moving him forward even more.
Yeah, I had to make sure that he also showed on the stream.
So-
that was important to me.
So we
Yeah.
we could go down there, guys, or we can do what he doesn't expect and charge him.
You could.
Ervolix
think
should
we
lead
can
the
take
charge because he's Ervolix is cold based, right? He will hurt that guy a lot.
I could give you a shield of faith first, but that
Alright.
might ruin my chance of surprise.
And, we'll say we buff up to go down and kill off the humans. He will buy that, and then we charge him.
Sure, I have a charge to do. The charge will be approximately like this.
He's
What
like
sort of
a
ones do we have?
he's like a fat. Well, we have mage armor.
Oh, I mean, he probably has like a plus 18 at least.
Yeah.
So
I mean, if we
We can
can
get a 25% chance miss.
If we
And he
just-
probably needs like 2 hits.
if we can get outside and fly, we can maybe outfly him because he's clumsy in his flight.
I
so
mean,
we
shouldn't,
might,
if he can walk in this room, we can fly in here, right? If he can walk in this room.
yeah, we just fly by him.
Okay.
Like, whew.
Yeah, the room where he currently is in, you could fly no problem. These tunnels that you're currently going down, that's slightly more difficult. They are somewhat cramped.
I mean, it's really just how many times can we make Einovox attack him 20 times? I don't think so.
I don't think so. Maybe if we have haste, and like she spends like 10
don't
hero
have
points.
haste.
Does
I don't have
Einovox
haste.
Does Einovox have 10 hero points?
No.
Oh, he has some dragon point, maybe.
I have 4 dragon points.
And I could spiritual weapon, then jump back here. So keep doing that on him.
I need to look in the thing she got us and see what I can do with the dragon points again.
You can use 4 dragon points as if they were a hero point.
Oh.
Otherwise, they only affect the draconic compulsions.
Okay.
I don't have 4. So
Well, I guess we should go down there and take a look around.
maybe we can find some weapons to fight him with.
Yes.
Sure, going down there into the deep, damp tunnels.
Hey guys, I found a scroll of Polar Midnight.
Found a scroll of wish.
I wish I was a great, awesome, fantastical,
Why
high-level
isn't this
dragon.
working?
Ho
No?
ho ho! Wish granted.
Technical difficulties,
Plus
one moment.
1 intelligence, like, oh,
Oh,
dumb.
the monkey paw scroll of wish.
You get what you get, but in the smallest possible way.
Oh, because Einovox doesn't have dark vision. Okay, now she does. There we go.
Yeah, you could also change me to not have dark vision.
What?
and
I
low
didn't
light.
change anyone.
It's supposed to be dark vision and low light. I had nothing.
It's supposed to be dark
Maybe
vision and low
see
light,
just
yes.
like a weird circle of nothing. But
Well, the stairs down into what you describe as catacombs are long and winding, the air getting damp and somewhat, well, not really cooler because it's really cold outside, but certainly unpleasant. And eventually you reach the bottom, and you're pretty sure that even though sounds are echoing through your claws on stone mostly, that whoever's upstairs can't really hear you anymore, at least. You do hear some voices drifting through the tunnels, coming from, well, where you're headed now, but you can't really make out much.
Well, Tyrannosaurus will snake his head around the corner and peer down the corridor.
You can do so. I will abuse you for a moment for that. Oops.
Oh, he will sort of wave the others to follow and look to Rakayax and say, "What will we do when we fight them? Kill them? That seems to be the most straightforward option."
well, they are a resource, and they likely will think we're there to kill them. But perhaps we can talk to them into thinking something else. They, I'm sure, are desperate to find a way out that would also help us get out if we don't want to deal with this big dragon.
He snorts.
Helping these people could give us something for them in the future.
Yes, perhaps. But I do think that getting out of this predicament is the...
There is no promise that if we even killed them, that the red dragon would give us anything for it. He might just eat us afterwards, having dealt with his problem.
Certainly true.
I don't think he's the compassionate kind.
No, that is not a rumor that surrounds the Reds, is it?
To the south, both here and here in this area, you see torchlight.
Okay.
And there's most definitely voices coming from
Should
the
I
south.
try to stealth forward?
We could call them out. That seems much less sort of evil than sneaking up on them.
We could. Do you want to call them out?
We'll walk a little bit closer first. Where does the voices seem to come from?
The voices seem to come from over here.
Oh, okay. We can't see anyone there though. That's ominous.
Can you create water as a at will thing?
Yeah.
You could
much
put
as
out
I
the
want.
torches.
But why would I mean, that seems like it's kind of a mean thing to do, yeah?
Yeah, but it gives us an advantage if there is a fight.
I mean, if they fight us, I can certainly put them out. No problem. Let me just check the range on that.
Close.
I imagine. It should still be far enough.
Oh,
It's around the corner.
stop. Around the corner, you certainly... This isn't great. Let me just do this. Peek. You do see someone who hasn't spotted you yet, as he's currently walking this way.
Alright. Tyractus will wave with his claw, point around the corner, and like you hold up one claw for one human.
Threat level 1.
Exactly. Oh god! Fire everything!
Defcon.
How is he
Yes.
dressed? How does he look?
This particular human here seems to be dressed in mostly farmer's clothes, but with a mixture of assorted, armor pieces, leather armor mostly. He is also armed with a rather nice-looking gizarm,
Oh no, a gizarm!
and he does have a mace at his belt as well. Although that doesn't look nearly as fancy.
Is he alert?
He doesn't look very alert at all. He's mostly just roaming the passages here, it seems.
Does he have any holy symbols of Pharasma?
Not that you can see, but the association is rather obvious still.
Okay, so we'll look to the others. See if they agree with the calling out plan, or if they would rather sneak up on them and kill them, or sneak through this place. Basically, he doesn't want to call anyone out without the others agreeing. Because that would put us at a tactical disadvantage, but... You know... We sort of sacrificed that for a foot in the door.
How many voices can we make out?
From the south, at least 2.
Okay.
We'll probably
Speaking
take
in quiet whispers.
even if...
Well, if you want to try to talk to them, I'm willing to try.
I think this is the best time
Okay.
before we're captured, stealing their shit. And,
Do you want to call them out, or should I?
I could do it. I mean, are we far enough that the dragon won't hear what we say?
Yes.
The stairs have been long and winding. There might be something hearable upstairs, but certainly no specific words or anything.
Okay, I'll step forward. Talk out. Hello, hello, everyone. Words from above.
There's
Come
a
gather round and listen, if
There's
you
a-
will.
there's a moment where the quiet whispers that have been drifting through these passages simply stop, and then you hear the stomp of quite a few feet.
Tyraxus will add, "We are here to parley with you. We mean you no harm."
A group of people comes through these passages, weapons drawn. There is a woman with them who seems far better dressed. Not only better dressed, but also more combat capable as the others, who takes lead and the others, let her really. As she then speaks to you. To parley you come down here, Dragonspawn? It is rather obvious that you were sent by that red menace up above, and now you, wish us to leave, but I will tell you now that we will not.
You are half right, my dear human. We were indeed sent by the red one upstairs, but we bear him no allegiance. In fact, we are in a similar situation as yourselves, and would rather, as you said, leave this place.
Oh, that seems very likely. Just happened to stumble into this place, and he just happened to force you down here, and you just happened to be the perfect thing to do his job for him.
We heard rumors of a ruined village and came to investigate. He found us, and by the penalty of death, forced us down here. He said that you have been causing him no end of grief, and he is too large to fit down here himself. As such, instead of killing us, he sent us down here to, as he said, get rid of you. But, he holds up a claw, we intend to do no such thing. We do not want to help this creature any more than you do. We just want to
That's
leave.
evident by our calling you out rather than sneaking up and attacking you right away, as proper opponents would have done, right?
At this point, Tilraxos, who has probably been sort of hunching, on all fours, sits down to look more friendly.
Roll me a diplomacy or bluff check, depending on your intentions here. I think diplomacy would be more fitting.
Do you want to lead with this? Because I think your diplomacy is better.
I will certainly lead.
I will assist you. That is a really good roll, actually. Holy crap. Oh, that is nice. That is really nice.
Mm-hmm.
She hesitates for a long moment and then says, "You are right. Sneaking up on us would certainly have been rather easy, as we have not been guarding this particular entrance as much as we perhaps should have. Perhaps there is truth in your words, but I am not the one who will make the call on that. You will have to talk to the crypt mistress here. But if you were, well, human, I would simply tell you to drop your weapons and come with me, but that is hardly possible now, is it? I cannot let you in the presence of the crypt mistress."
Then she can be close by and shout if she would like. We have suffered worse indignities. People generally don't give much care to the feelings of our kind. We have a few rather bad apples in the butcher. Well,
Although it is certainly refreshing to have people not scream in terror and attack us on first sight, for a change.
very.
Well, after said bad apple upstairs has terrorized us for, well, over a year now, you get used to these things, I suppose.
It's been so long.
We have been down here for months. It is rather odd that you now come to investigate this place, as everyone else seems to have given up on that. That said,
I wasn't aware the place had been ruined for that long.
Tilraxos grunts.
That said, I will look for some other people to guard you while I go talk to the crypt mistress, I suppose. If you move, we will attack you. Be aware of that.
We don't really need guards. We can protect ourselves well enough, I think.
Tilraxos smiles.
She scoffs as she then sends one of the people to hurry off.
Tilraxos whispers to Rakax in Draconic, "So there are the entrances. That is
Yes.
most fortunate."
I smile. It doesn't seem like they want to leave.
No, there is something zealous about them.
Protecting the temple, it seems to me.
He nods. Very devout, very loyal. Might be difficult to get them out of here at all.
Yes, very.
You hear the stomping of many feet, as after a couple of minutes really, a few more people appear, and this nice woman here finally feels confident enough to go away herself.
Perhaps we can use these people to fake our deaths in the eyes of the Red One. If we can somehow convince them to place some of our scales or blood or whatever as a trophy upstairs for him to find, with a message that they have killed us.
Would they, though? What would they do if they killed us? We should ask them.
Nods. Hopefully we can come to some sort of agreement.
It has to be consistent with what they would do.
Tyraxus looks at them. And what would these squishy humans do?
I don't know. You could ask them.
That seems possible, yes. It might dull the attempt at manipulation somewhat.
Well, what exactly do you want to do with them? They don't want to leave. Letting us leave should be possible, yes?
Yes, but we don't want the Red Dragon to come looking for us.
No, but would he if we'd never saw us again?
Tyraxus thinks, I don't know.
If these people aren't some to gloat and tell of their kills, so to speak, then not hearing from us would mean we failed.
Perhaps. They seem to have a knack for annoying him, though, sneaking out and stealing things from his hoard, which I noted was smaller than it should be for a dragon of his impressive size.
Yes. I do think maybe he's forced to pay tribute or something such as that. I don't think this is usually where Red Dragon would lair.
Tyraxus nods. True. I seem to recall they mostly lair in, well, hot places.
Yes, I imagine.
Lava and mountains and stuff.
Max looks down to the women gathering there.
Yeah.
Oh, Theodora! Almost.
No, not quite. But the woman you see down there is of indeterminate age, is probably her most prominent feature, as she might be 18, she might be 40, it's impossible to tell, but she carries herself with a grace of both importance as well as, well, other adjectives. And she is definitely the leader here, as you can easily see by the behavior of the others. As she has just observed you talking to each other, then we'll speak. Well then, you came to parley. What do you wish to offer us?
Yes, well, first what we need a way out where we don't die. That would be just wonderful. Same as you, I imagine. Or some of you, perhaps. However, what we offer, well, initially we thought we would help us. We would all get out together and find some safe place to safely curl up. But after coming down here, it seems like you might want to stay, or just have the dragon gone. And, well, staying is something we cannot really help you with, as you're doing it just great. And, well, having the dragon gone is far beyond our level of ability.
So you have nothing to offer for us?
We might be able to help you from the outside.
We are offering peace, Crypt Mistress. We could have come in here with our powers brought it to full bear against you and your followers, but we did not, as we do not seek any harm to you and your people. As such, we offer you peace.
We very much understand the protecting of one's lairing, a holy quest, so to speak.
Well, if you're looking for another way out that does not lead up these stairs, then you will not find one. This place is as much a prison as it is a resting place. The things that are down here, most of them rest in peace and will do so without supervision. However, there are others that do not. And with the temple upstairs desecrated, many of the priests and helpers killed, some of the more restless need to be guarded very closely indeed.
Is she telling the truth when it comes to the entrances?
Make a sense motive check.
I did. 22.
22. You think there might at least be a little bit more to that statement. a hunch that it might not be entirely true. We, however, managed to handle ourselves rather nicely, which means that all there is that disturbs our peace currently are you.
Well, I mean, if you have a side room, we are perfectly willing to just stay there for a while until this whole matter is sorted. You don't have to see us at all.
We have not survived this for over a year just to fail now to some cunning plan of yours.
Thank you for the compliment, but I really don't think I'm the kind to draw cunning plans.
Director snorts. As we said, we just want to leave here and leave you alone. The more you can help us in that particular regard, the better for everyone, I think.
Yep.
You
We do
say
sniff
that
fresh air around here.
You do say that you have no other exits, but that seems unlikely to me. You all seem, and looks around, well nourished, somewhat well rested, and well armed. These supplies were hardly in the crypt in the first place. More likely you've acquired it from outside. And I would venture a guess to say that you do not sneak past the red one each time you need to go out and gather food.
We have had advance warning before the red came and prepared accordingly. And yes, we do sneak out occasionally and bring supplies. We are well organized with surprisingly many resources, and while the stay down here is not pleasant, it is necessary.
Next time you sneak out, we will follow one of your groups. If you
And
know
we'll-
when he's left, we will be very happy to share that knowledge.
If this winter is anything like the other winter, then it will take quite some time for him to leave again. However, if you do want to at least prove that your words are indeed as you say and not just some trick to
That's
get
for
us
ones.
out of here, to perhaps gain some sort of favor with the big red above, there might be a task you can do. It will likely kill you, but
Well, then I
It
don't
is-
think I will do it, actually. I gotta choose between death and death. I might as well go for the quick one, right?
all things considered, this dying in this place is probably one of the best. Your body will certainly be well cared for. But if you do not wish to cooperate, then you have no place here and might as well go back up those stairs.
So you're coercing us at the pain of death to work for you, well, or be killed.
It seems rather familiar, doesn't it?
Yes, almost like there's two sides to this temple, up and down, equal. Are there no people here who love peace as much as we do?
It is certainly a poetic situation.
I've lived for about 5 years, and you would force me to fight? Do you have any other children here we could fight with, alongside of us? Maybe a stick sword for me to wield? Look at me. Shows his little sort of small, weird-looking claws that can't really grasp anything. Small stature.
Do not talk to me about the hardships of being a child, Worm. I have led this crypt since I was 5.
The
I
dragon
was-
has been there that long?
No, he has not. This cathedral was not always besieged.
But that would make it a whole lot easier, wouldn't it?
Judging me now, are you?
Well, you are kind of threatening us with death, so that is a privilege we might indulge in, yes. Director narrows his eyes and looks at the crypt mistress. What is this other task you speak of?
I have mentioned that some of the inhabitants we have in this crypt are not quite as peaceful as the others. This place, she kind of gestures with her hands around herself, is a labyrinth. It is enough to keep most of those who would be restless in here. However, we have a section that is for the particularly restless, the unwanted dead, the The murderers, the rapists, the monsters. Sirafu used to belong to Kermaga, and many of those gave their dead to Pharasma's care here. However, with the temple staff being decimated, quite literally, the cathedral upstairs, well, demolished, the power here is waning, and the dead know that much. We have lost quite a few fighting off the retreating undead, but they keep coming. Perhaps eventually we will fail. You, however, could at least buy us some time. It would be proof of your, well, words at least.
And what would you offer in return for such a service?
Consideration of your requests.
He looks at her. So you then admit that there is possibility of fulfilling those requests of a way out?
One could potentially be found.
Taraxis looks over to Rakayax. Says in Draconic, "It seems to me something that might be considered at least. It might be a harder fight, but we are locked between, well, the red one upstairs, who will most assuredly either enslave us forever or kill us for the fun of it. Or doing what these people ask so they can show us the proper way out. It is not ideal, but it might be our best chance."
I say we wait. We don't have to pick one or the other, do we?
Well,
Unless they want to attack us, if we pick nothing.
he looks around, but how long can we wait? A few days before hunger sets in?
I can take care of hunger just fine. Food, water, I have it. My blood carries that power.
Draxus thinks, perhaps, but if we are away long from our domain, who knows what will come of it?
It will not be that long.
How do you know?
This is, well, either we are allowed to leave because we're too much of a nuisance to keep under guard, or they stop guarding us. Very well. Looks down to the Christmas and says, "I have a better idea. What if we were to guard this passageway, making sure that nothing else comes through, and you can put all your people on guard around us, making sure that we don't move anywhere? That way we don't have to pick death either way, and we can just live in the tiny space in which we are allowed, right around the stairway. If that is how you would imprison us, living things unable to fight you, then you give us no choice. I do not want to die. I like living." And some would believe that you should not force living things to die before it is their time.
Oh, do not use Pharasma's ideologies against me, worm. I know the dilemma I am facing here, and I choose the safety of those under my care above yours. You may stay in that stairway for however long you like. You will be guarded, and if you make a move, you will be removed. I have given you a way to prove yourself, and that shall be enough.
Sure. Mechanics just sits down. And begins looking at the guards. The people.
They are rather unsure of this whole situation.
Taraxis looks at the other two.
Wouldn't the better way be to let us out, stop threatening us, and then have us leave? You wouldn't have to guard us any longer. Spend resources on that thing. If your people stand here just looking at us.
It is hardly an ideal situation.
Exactly. And since we can be here, theoretically forever, until we grow so big that we splinter the walls with our bodies, well, that will take very long time. And we need nothing. We have everything we ever could use here.
Roll me another diplomacy check.
Draxa smiles slightly. We are timeless beings, human, and you are trying to siege us with time. It will not end well for you. You might be thinking that you are indeed sieging us, but it is the other way around. We can outlive you all.
That can be adjusted.
He quirks an eyebrow, if he had one, or the ridge over his eye. That is a bold statement, and I'm afraid to say not a wise one, Crypt Mistress. How many of your people are you willing to sacrifice on this fool's errand? We bear you no ill will, we come in peace, and you would throw your followers' lives away trying to kill us, when we haven't done nothing to anger you. He looks to the others. Do you not see the folly of this decision?
One of the people in the back just kind of whisper just loud enough for you to hear. Well, maybe they are telling the truth. Maybe they just want to leave. And the crypt mistress just silences him with a single gesture of her hand. Perhaps you are telling the truth. It is still a big risk to let you deeper into the crypt. There are many things you could disturb. You would not have to kill us all to get us to disappear. However, by doing so, you would unleash things upon this world that should better stay in this place.
That sounds like a terrible idea to make you disappear, then.
She nods. If you truly wish to leave, then perhaps I should just show you the way out, shouldn't I?
That would be very welcome, yes.
She smiles. Well, there's one little problem.
Is the way out through the murderers?
Yes, it is.
Tyraxus snorts.
It's all right. We'll wait until you need to go out for supplies, and we'll follow you.
Tyraxus looks at Rakai again and says, I say we go through the undead. If that's the way out, we walk through that place. We kill it all, destroy everything, and leave only a wrecked ruin behind. I do not wish to stay in this place longer than is absolutely necessary.
If we leave too fast, we might be seen by the dragon scouts.
Frowns. Does he have scouts?
I would imagine so. Wouldn't you have some?
Frowns again. Maybe. We didn't see anyone.
They wouldn't be very good scouts if we did.
We're pretty perceptive, all things considered.
That's true, I suppose. He looks down to you and says, and this is the passage that you would otherwise have asked us to clean for you as your favor, so to speak, right?
Yes.
Very convenient.
I suppose we just have to trust each other that each other is saying indeed the truth.
And you will come with us in there and help us?
Oh, no.
Then how do you get out?
We don't get out. We stay here and do our duties.
So none of your people want to get out?
The people behind her kind of shuffle on their feet, but they do seem to be rather determined. It is likely that during winter the Red above will stay in this cathedral and guard the entrance. However, come summer there will be plenty of time to resupply. And perhaps eventually you'll just grow bored and leave.
I say that anyone who is tired of this place can leave with us. If we're going to leave anyway, we might as well, make the opportunity one for everyone. No one should be forced to live in a place like this.
None of these people are forced. They all came here.
Well,
Before the
once
red came, we
perhaps.
had a warning. Those who stayed chose to do so. Those who wanted to leave before the inevitable happened did.
But things can change. It's been a year. I've changed a lot in a year.
Many things do not change.
Where did you get the warning from?
It was a vision. The goddess is protecting her followers.
Of course she is.
She has not yet chosen to punish this red menace for his desecration, but the time will come.
Director smiles slightly. Waiting for the gods to act is a long wait, I should think.
It is.
He looks around. Well, show us the way to this cave filled with murderers. And we shall set about the business of cleaning it up.
Very good. She will kind of head this way.
As you, Thraxus walks after her, he will ask. The Red seemed particularly furious with your group. He claimed that you sneak out and steal from his treasure pile, which is meager, to be fair.
We steal what is useful. We have no interest in the trinkets and gems he collects.
What would you find useful in that hoard?
Swords, weapons, armors.
Do any of their stuff look magical?
For the normal people, no. However, the gear that the Crypt Mistress is using, which is a breastplate with symbols of Pharasma and a dagger hanging into her belt, certainly look somewhat magical. While Senti here is also wielding a most definitely magical scimitar.
Mm-hmm.
Moving all these tokens is terrible.
Are there any traps or other defensive measures in these tunnels?
They have never been necessary.
I thought that Pharasman priests used to fight the undead themselves in battle. Destroy them and purge them from the world. No?
Our objective is to keep them inside of here. It would be a waste of life to go against them directly, as long as they do not manage to escape.
Except for our life.
She concedes the point with a nod.
He snorts. It says in Draconic, thinking like a dragon.
Thanks, right. A bad one.
Snorts again. There aren't too many good ones, are there?
Arvonic looks behind him at the crowd of militia following.
Does he have that face when he looks at them?
All the militia are certainly pointing pointy things at Avonix.
If they keep pointing, I might have to roll will save.
Yeah, down in this chamber, which is far bigger than anything you've walked through, high enough that you would be able to fly if you so desired for whatever reason, you do see that the statement about having a large number of supplies is not a lie, as there is many crates with foodstuffs and general materials, cloth to repair things, tools and other things. And to the south, where the Crypt Mistress is currently pointing at, you see a makeshift barricade with signs of recent fighting. Recent as in not years ago, but probably weeks ago, perhaps. Down there,
Oh yeah, mage armor.
Yep, you want one too?
Mhm.
Alright, I'll take... Everyone gets mage armor.
So would you rather fight them or the monsters?
I'm
The
not.
thing is, even if we fight them, we still need to fight the monsters, probably.
Yeah, it's
Well,
true.
they might just have like a nice way out.
I don't think they do. If we knew they had a nice way out, that might be an option then. But as it is right now, as far as we know, we need to, in that case, kill them both.
Well,
This way we can at
where-
least...
Why would they have gotten all these supplies if they just only
Can't
steal
drag
from
them
his
through
home?
zombie land.
She said they had a vision before the dragon came, and they moved it all down here, I guess. What type of supplies?
Pears.
Everything you would need to survive for quite a while.
Pears and apples
Like shelter stuff?
and
or is
salted
it...
meat.
Mostly non-perishable food stuff. There's some carpentry equipment like wood and stuff, cloth to repair things.
You could have a kick-ass base down here.
Yep,
And then, like, the dragon would be our involuntary guardian.
that's right. They were pretty good.
Well,
We should take this place over.
this place, it kind of looks fresh, or
It wouldn't be so bad for the kobolds either, because, you know, they wouldn't have to dig that much.
There's so many undead around, though. That's kind of a problem.
Well, I mean, we would kill the undead, except for the one path we use. Well, in the one path we use,
I mean,
close
when
the
we-
others off.
when we get out of here, we know the way in again, so we can return and like finish it up if we need to. Taraxis looks at the Crypt Mistress and says, "So now that we go forth and fight your battles, perhaps it wouldn't be too much to ask for a divine blessing of some sort from on this holy mission, hmm?" He quirks his head at her.
She frowns at the implications. You are doing Pharasma's work, I suppose. And she will close her eyes, not sing a song, but chant a series of words, and you all feel blessed.
Hooray! Alright, let's charge.
Them or the undead?
Yeah, I mean, you're not really clear
Fools.
here.
I also love the idea of having them bless us and then we charge them.
Hey, worse things have happened.
That would be kind of funny.
It's like, thank you for empowering us now.
Akax doesn't like so unsocial people who are not willing to talk to him. They're
Well,
very rude.
well, they're death cultists.
Yeah. Also, he doesn't like death cultists. Undead can be very useful.
Hmm.
I
They can do a lot for you. I mean,
Yeah.
carry things. If anyone is
Imagine
hurt,
if we had had a flesh golem.
imagine. If anyone is
Imagine.
hurt, we can maybe ask for a cure light wounds or something from the priests here.
I'm hurt to the degree of 5 hit points.
Ask them to top you up.
About that whole asking thing.
He doesn't trust them.
Taraxis looks at them. Our friend there is a bit hurt. Perhaps you can cure one of his wounds. And he gives a very stern look to our Volnix, basically saying, "You let them approach you, you motherfucker.
Alex looks over to you with a look of confusion.
Don't you blow this."
And you speaking in common.
Yep. And then he says in Draconic, "They will approach you and try to heal that wound." He points to the gash. "Don't bite them, will you?"
Well,
Bite the hand that heals.
one of the clerics looks to Volnix, looks to the Crypt Mistress, who nods, and Derek will, ever so slowly, chant a series of words and poke you ever so slightly on the nose.
Oh, it's
Step
cute.
back immediately.
He
Did
gives
it
you,
need
a,
a cure light wounds?
gives you,
Yes.
give you like a gentle pat, and Volnix blushes
You
fetchingly.
get 3 hit points.
You know? That's 3 more than I had before.
There you go. Now then.
You can tell that Avonix was half tempted to bite, and it's like, no, no, no.
Don't bite.
I don't think you're the only one, to be honest. They were very rude. We're just the nice dragons here.
We are the nicest dragons.
Yeah, we are.
Right.
Looks to a kayaks, who's just sitting on the side.
Yeah, entering this room,
Ooh, behind.
you see a sort of grate / bridge leading over flowing water.
Is the water clean?
Yes, very.
Is the room clean?
Yes. Well, there is the occasional smidge of dirt, but no signs of real combat.
There's no blood, for example.
No blood.
Oh, peek around the corners.
Do you suppose that it's filled with traps?
No, they said no traps,
this.
so...
Do you trust them?
Oh, let me fix that.
Let's just dig out through that wall. There's grass on the other side.
There is not, in fact, a hole in those walls.
Oh.
There we go.
We still stay through it though.
Give me a second here. Immersion broken. I'm sorry.
I don't think they have any reason to lie on that particular fact.
No, but still.
Secretly, if you go through that water, it actually just leads out to a lake.
That's right. Swim, Rakax! Swim and be free!
There's just a door over here.
Can Rakax swim?
Actually, not that good at it. No.
No.
I can swim.
That's embarrassing.
Well, my claws are really big. It's like some creatures are born with really big heads because they don't grow. That's what my claws do. Basically.
Right.
Oh.
They're not webbed yet.
Oh, that's natural one. Hey, at least I got the natural one out the way before the session. Before any combat.
Oh,
at least.
Ronix is drowning.
I don't think he can drown in that little puddle.
Oh, he can.
A 9 isn't that bad, all things considered.
Yeah, going down this
That's
way,
the way.
you certainly hear the sound of bubbling water coming from a sort of swimming pool.
Like a hot
As-
tub?
It's not hot water. It's very cold, in fact, but it's
Very
certainly
cold.
it's certainly easy to access and easy to bathe in.
Is it clean?
It is clean.
Ooh, cold water.
Wonderful.
You also hear the sound of what is best described as a piece of cloth flapping in wind.
Stop flapping, Ronix.
This could be my lair. Think about it.
Could be.
Oops. Give me a second here.
Did you forget about more fog of war?
I'm just checking that I didn't.
Steps out, ready to fight.
Okay. Stepping around the corner, you see a
Oh no.
very strange apparition. It looks approximately humanoid. However, upon closer inspection, it seems to be only the skin floating in the air. And it quickly turns around and spots you. And despite not really having any eyes or a mouth, just holes in the skin, lets out a shriek. We'll start combat here.
Is it corporeal? Because if it's
Yes.
not... Okay. If it's not, we have no way of
If
fighting
it's
it.
flapping in the wind, then
Well, it might be like a ghostly wind.
Luckily for us, it's actually made of. Luckily, these races are made of actual flesh.
I could take it if it was incorporeal.
You could.
You could?
You could tank it.
He could do cure like wounds on it.
Also, I have spiritual weapons.
No.
That's also true.
Your moderate wounds as well.
That's pretty good.
I'm decent against undead, actually.
Avolix.
I hear a whale. So. Oh.
You see Chilrax just making a face like he's found like a worm in his salad, basically. It's like, ugh. Yee.
Well. You know, do I really want to move up again? I think I'll just. Yeah, you know, I think that's actually okay. That's okay.